When you look at brands winning at AI visibility, one thing is clear. They all share few specific characteristics, and we're going to uncover them here, showing you exactly how to leverage them too. I'm Rita Cedre, and let's break down which elements you're missing, as well as how to fix them. Problem number one, you have reviews, but the wrong kind and in the wrong places. Here's the first reason why some brands are winning in AI and yours is ignored. Your reviews aren't doing what you think they're doing. Most brands treat reviews as a conversation tool. Someone lands on your page, sees 4.5 stars, feels reassured, and buys. But AI search engines aren't just checking your star rating. They're reading the text of your reviews across multiple platforms and synthesizing what real users actually said about your product. So, here's the problem. If your reviews are all great product, would recommend, with nothing specific, AI has nothing to work with. It can't extract that onboarding is fast, or your API is flexible, or your support team responds in under an hour. Those details are what gets cited when someone asks AI, what is the best tool for X? Now, let me show you exactly what I mean. Watch what happens when I ask ChatGPT this. The tools it recommends, look at the wording it uses. The language is coming directly from detailed reviews on platforms like G2. When a user asks about a product or a product category, ChatGPT commonly synthesizes user sentiments from its training data or web search tool to form its response. More often than not, the source of these sentiments are user review sites. So here's the fix. First, identify which review platforms matter for your category. Second, stop asking for generic reviews. Instead, prompt your customers with specific questions. How did our reporting dashboard compare to what you used before? Gets you a review that mentions specific features. That specificity is what AI can cite. Third, diversify. If all your reviews live on one platform, your brand looks thin to an AI that's cross-referencing multiple sources. Think about it from the AI's perspective. Imagine it's trying to answer, what's the best project management tool for remote teams? If your G2 reviews specifically mention remote collaboration features, you have a much better chance of being cited than a competitor with higher ratings but vague reviews. But even great reviews won't save you if your brand is completely missing from the places AI actually looks for consensus. Problem number two, you're not part of the conversation. The second reason AI skips your brand is you're not participating in the places where real conversations happen. Reddit, Quora, Stack Overflow, niche industry forums, Hacker News. These aren't just community platforms, they're some of the richest training and retrieval sources for LLMs. Real people asking real questions and getting real answers. That's exactly what AI systems want to cite. And most brands are completely absent from them. Here's what we see over and over. A potential customer posts, what is the best tool for managing product data across 50 retail channels on a subreddit? 6 people respond with recommendations. None of them mention your brand, even though your product does exactly that. The AI reads those threads, absorbs the consensus, and your brand doesn't exist in the understanding of the market. The fix isn't complicated. It just requires showing up consistently. Find the forums and subreddits where your target customers ask questions. Then set up SEMrush's brand monitoring to track your brand name, your competitors, and your product category across Reddit, Quora, and forums. You'll get alerts when new threads pop up so you can jump in while the conversation is still active, not 3 weeks later. Respond with genuine expertise. Answer the questions first. If your product is relevant, mention it, but lead with the helpful answer, not the sales pitch. And when someone complains about your product specifically, respond publicly and constructively. This is a bit counterintuitive, but a thoughtful response to criticism signals more trustworthiness than a wall of 5-star reviews. The brands that AI recommends aren't just the ones with the best marketing. They're the ones that keep showing up in organic conversations where real users validate them. Now, showing up in conversations is one thing, but there's a bigger problem if the only voice talking about your brand is yours. Problem number 3, no one is talking about you except you. Here's the reason AI is recommending other brands and not yours. The only content about your brand comes from your own marketing team. Your website says you're great, your blog posts say you're great, your case studies say you're great, and they should, but if nobody else is saying it, no users posting their results, no influencers demonstrating your product, no independent comparisons, then AI sees a brand that talks a big game with no independent verification. User-generated content is the fix. And I don't mean the polished, brand-approved kind. Here's what actually moves the needle. Partner with micro-influencers in your niche, not for reach, but for authentic, detailed content. A SaaS founder with 2,000 LinkedIn followers posting, "Here's exactly how I set up your tool for my team and what happened to our workflow," is much more valuable for AI visibility than a sponsored post with 1 million impressions. Because it's specific, it's real, and it's independently published. Create systems that make it easy for customers to share results. A simple framework works. Before your tool, we struggled with X. After, Y happened and Z timeframe. Give them the structure, they fill in their truth. Encourage public discussion in your user community. Tips, workarounds, creative use cases. This is the kind of material that builds a rich, independent picture of your brand. All AI visibility really boils down to is this. When AI systems are synthesizing information about your brand, they're looking at how much surface area you cover across the entire internet. If the only place your brand appears is in the content that you yourself produced, you are in a weaker position. Independent user content is how you build the kind of trust that gets cited. So you've got the reviews, the conversations, the independent voices. Finally, there's one major issue impacting your visibility, but thankfully, it is the easiest to fix. Problem number 4, your website doesn't give AI what it needs. Your website was built for humans. In 2026, it needs to work for AI too. What AI needs on your site depends on what you sell. So we put together 2 checklists, one for B2B and one for B2C. Find the one that matches you. If you're B2B, here's what your site needs. Public pricing, not contact sales. When someone asks ChatGPT what you cost, a vague answer makes you look less transparent than any competitor who publishes theirs. Publish at least a starting price and what's included at each tier. Public documentation, technical documents, integration guides, API references, all of it has to be crawlable. If it sits behind a login wall, AI can't read it. A real FAQ, not the fluffy marketing kind. Pull real questions from your last 90 days of sales calls and support tickets and answer them specifically. Edge cases included. Comparison pages. When someone asks, "Is your product better than your competitor?" you want to be the source AI cites. If you don't publish that page, a third-party review site with outdated information will. Use case pages, organized by job title, team size, or industry. Show how a finance leader uses your tool differently than an engineering manager. AI matches products to specific intent, so give it the specifics. Security and compliance. SOC 2, GDPR, HIPAA, whatever applies. These matter for enterprise buyers and they're citation-ready proof for AI. Case studies with real numbers. Company name, industry, team size, specific outcome. Cut onboarding time from 6 weeks to 10 days. Cites better than significant time savings. Now, if you're B2C, you need current pricing and availability. If your price changed last week and your product feed still says the old number, AI will quote the wrong one. Make sure your feeds update in real time. Structured product specs. Dimensions, materials, weight, compatibility, capacity. Put them in a table, not buried in a paragraph. Use case language. Who is this for? When would they reach for it? Lightweight travel charger beats compact device. Write the phrase a customer would actually type into ChatGPT. Detailed customer reviews. I covered this earlier, but it's worth repeating. Reviews that mention specific features, problems solved, and real scenarios are what AI pulls into recommendations. Awards and certifications. Safety, quality, sustainability, best in category. Brands with high AI visibility prominently feature these on their product pages. Put yours front and center. Category-specific details. Fashion needs fit guides. Supplements need dosage and ingredients. Furniture needs dimensions and assembly information. Baby products need safety certifications. Figure out what your category specifically needs, then give users and AI answers to any of these questions. And keep in mind, if your docs are behind a login wall, AI can't read them. All that detailed, helpful content, it's invisible to every AI system. Make your docs publicly accessible. The competitive advantage isn't in hiding your documentation. It's in having documentation so good that AI cites it as the authoritative answer. Now, all the problems we've discussed can be summarized like this. AI doesn't trust brands that only talk about themselves, hide key information behind sales walls, or fail to show up where real conversations are happening. Fix those gaps, and you're ahead of the majority of your competitors. Now, here's what to do right now. Open a new tab and ask ChatGPT to recommend a product in your category. See if your brand comes up. If it doesn't, use this video as a diagnostic checklist. And if you want to see exactly how visible your brand is across AI search right now, try SEMrush's AI Visibility Toolkit. I'll link it below. It tracks how your brand appears in ChatGPT, Gemini, and Google's AI overviews, so you can benchmark where you stand before you start making changes. And that, my friend, is how you stop being invisible to AI. We're here publishing videos about SEO and AI search every week. Join over 200,000 marketers and subscribe to our channel for the latest visibility strategies. See you in the next one.